Welcome back to Character Select. Dave and Kylen back for more Skald. Curse of the Black Priory?
Against the Black Priory.
Against the Black Priory, thank you. Alright. Kylen is now in control, by the way. So,
hello. I'll be driving for this episode.
Which means that you get to narrate.
Oh, very good. A guardsman dressed in the livery of the noble house Baron. The guard scowls somewhat at you. Armsmaster Lyra awaits you at the main entrance. You best talk to her if you've not already done so.
I believe you can click on Baron to actually get more information. Yes.
Aha.
House of Baron is one of the richest and most influential houses in the north. The current head is the Lord Cato Baron.
Right, this is 2 weeks earlier. So
yes.
We're flashing back.
So, the last time we were here, we had fallen off the ship and died, so let's see what got us there. Look at that fire effect. That is a cool-ass pixel fire effect.
That is very cool. An aging, armored man in the livery of House Baron stands and scowls at you. Eyes like coal peer out from a craggy face, fringed top and bottom with wild white hair.
Return his challenging stare.
The older man crosses his massive arms, steps forward, and leans toward you. So, young Sellsword, come looking for a scrap, have you? Though his voice is full of gravel, there's now a glint in his eyes, as though the old coals have begun to warm up.
Kylen, you old fool. The
A
Kylen
single
or
bark.
Kylen?
Looks like Kylen to me,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright.
A single bark of laughter emanates from the dense beard as he embraces you in a crushing bear hug. Kylen may be older and grayer, but from the force of his hug, you don't reckon you'd have any more chance of beating him now than you did as a 12-year-old.
It's good to see some things haven't changed.
Kylen steps back and allows you to breathe again before grabbing you by the shoulders. We heard of your father's passing. Truly, he sits with the golden dead now. Tell me, how did he die?
Ooh. Did he die fighting with us? Did he die a drunk? Or do we ignore
This is
the
really
question
interesting.
entirely?
Like you're shaping the narrative with your answers. This has, despite the fact that it's a throwback to the D&D games,
Yeah.
so far a lot of the mechanics actually remind me more of like Powered by the Apocalypse.
Yes. Also, I can tell you that from what little I've seen of this game and what I know, these answers matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Even
thinking.
the-
Like
even the
we're
most
shaping the narrative.
Even the most inconsequential shit. Like we said that we woke up with a hangover, that's going to be important somehow.
Right, that matters. Yeah.
I feel like
Father, like son.
Well, no, I feel like our characters started drinking after his father died in battle
okay.
next to him, you know? So
I'm good with that, yeah.
Inglorious battle at my side.
Kylen's eyes narrow. Then the old warrior died a fitting death. Kylen is quiet for a moment, then breaks into a grin. We'll raise a cup to his name together, you and I. As soon as you're done with Cato and I can rustle up some ale fit for a guest.
Kylen, why am I here?
Master Cato will chew your ear plenty when you see him, Selrin. Lyra, the new Master-at-Arms, awaits you by the main entrance. She'll escort you, and don't ask her not to. If you think I had a temper... The joke fails to hide the note of anxiety in the grizzled house guard's voice.
What are you hiding from me, old boy? 10 or above? Ooh, that's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be tough.
But we got
16!
it!
Wow, lucky so far.
Jeez.
Never could pull the wool over your eyes. Truth is, many a day's been dark of late for House Baron. Perhaps it all started when you and your father left. A guilty grimace flashes across his face. Or maybe it started even earlier. Kylen pauses to blow out a long breath. I won't betray my master's confidence by saying more. Best you see him yourself.
Very well. I'll go to the Master-at-Arms.
If you want to explore for old time's sake, take this lantern. Lord Baron will wait, and we don't want you getting lost in the edge maze again. The man laughs heartily and hands you a small brass lantern. Whatever may come to pass, it did this old warrior a barrel of good to see you again, boy. The old man slaps you on the shoulder in parting, almost knocking you off balance. He then seems to remember something as he leans in conspiratorially. Madame knees are acting up again. Can't hardly sleep on account of the aches. Let me tell you, I'd take an arrow in the leg any day.
Fucking Why? Stop
Fucking
referencing Skyrim! Jesus!
Everything is Skyrim. If you're going over to the kitchen later for a bit of grub, a bottle of brandy from the wine cellar would make me a happy man. Gideon shifts as if to emphasize his stiff knees. But first, don't keep Lyra waiting any longer. Talk to her first and I'll be here for later.
Alright. So I guess we gotta go find Lyra.
Lyra. Woof.
Oh. Look at the little pupper.
Dog.
Level 1
Oh.
Agile Beast Hound.
Unaligned. Status ready. Huh. Neat.
That's kind of cool.
Oh, holding down right mouse also
Oh.
does the highlight thing, by the way.
Interesting.
This must be Lyra. A woman stands before the main entrance to the villa. Her posture speaks of a graceful, coiled power, that of a dueling ace. No doubt she is the new master-at-arms for House Baron. As you approach, she offers a quick, neat bow, just low enough to be respectful. Greetings, Selrin. Master Cato welcomes you back to House Baron. The Master is eager to meet with you and is ready for your leisure. Ready at your leisure. However,
if he's ready for your leisure, that's a different encounter.
That's a different encounter. However, if you wish to refresh yourself first, he suggests you visit the kitchen for some food and then perhaps walk the grounds and gardens.
Why have I been summoned?
That is for the Master himself to answer, and he will soon enough. For now, though, please get some food and look around. I'm sure Lord Gideon would be happy to see you if you've not spoken with him already. Oh, talked to him already.
Very well.
Excellent. Though I'm sure you still know your way around the grounds, the kitchen is in the building to the east, and the garden and hedge maze is to the west. Come back and check in with me once you've stretched your legs.
Alright. So, we gotta go get Gideon that sweet, sweet booze.
Hello?
Oh, okay. So, just telling us the same thing.
Find the... Yep. Okay.
Eastern... Okay, so this... so that's not actually like a hallway. That's just like a patio.
Right.
So if you go down and then right.
Maybe down and then right?
Yeah. There we go.
You enter the kitchen, and a pair of scullions offer a hurried bow. It's also much quieter, emptier, and gloomier than you remember. Of course, old Magda is no longer where she used to be, sitting by the oven, kind, red-faced, and tending a shank of lamb.
Reminisce.
You remember the matronly woman as she sat, humming to herself, pouring fat over the roasting meat. Child, come here, will you? Magda was always a beacon of kindness in a childhood where such qualities were few and far between.
Go to Magda.
Magda clasps you gently with her tubby hand. Have you eaten yet? Before you can answer, she produces a small bundle of treats from her apron and hands it to you. As son to the Master-at-Arms for the great House Baron, you did not go wanting, materially at least.
That's a sentence. Ooh. Thank you.
And now we know that Dead Dad was the former Master-at-Arms.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So who was Gideon?
He's a guard.
Unless he took over as Master of Arms when Dad left, and Lyda took over for him. Maybe,
yeah. Magda looks at you with kind eyes as you pick at the bundle. He's here again, down in the cellar. He's not so good, my child. Sleeping now, but it would be best if you got him to bed afore his men see him like this. Again. The knot in your stomach is as real now as it was when you were 12.
I'll go get him.
Don't worry, he won't make a fuss. He just needs time. You know, Selrin, deep wounds take a long while to heal. The old woman turns back to her meat and resumes her meandering humming.
Okay.
The sound of a man clearing his throat snaps you back out of your reminiscing. May I help you, my lord? The man in a chef's outfit offers in a hoarse voice. Nope.
Do we need to go to the cellar then?
Yeah, so it would seem.
I don't think we're gonna have good memories of that place.
Let's oh, there's a pot up here.
Take the pot. Oh, it's just
It's a
crafting.
workstation.
Hey, look, we learned how to make salted fish in the future, and now we can do it in the past.
It's a wibbly wobbly, timey wimey kind of thing. The chef offers a short bow and a tired but sincere smile. I'm Chef Armand, and my humble kitchen is at your disposal, my lord. Sadly, I was told of your arrival only minutes ago, and my oven must be fired up again. You must be famished.
Indeed I am.
My suggestion is thusly. While I stoke the fire, you run down in the pantry and fetch some cured ham and cheddar cheese. I will then teach you how to cook my renowned melted cheese sandwich.
Oh.
You shall never want for an evening meal as long as you live.
That sounds fucking great.
Splendid. The pantry is west of the wine cellar, and the cheese is kept in the northernmost room. Return when you have the cured ham and cheddar, and I shall provide bread and instructions. Now venture forth into the underworld.
Gideon has asked me to fetch him a bottle of brandy.
Ha! The old wretch is too cowardly to come himself, so he sends you instead. The brandy will be the end of him, I say. Then again, who am I to deny the old fool his few pleasures? You'll find a crate of fine Garamian brandy in the northeast corner of the wine cellar.
Alright.
Chef Armand wanders back and forth, tending the fire and keeping his kitchen tidy. He has the gait of a man who has been on his feet for far too many hours.
I'll leave.
Giddy up, giddy up. We have a lantern, right?
Yeah, hit T. There you go.
Ah, splendid. Empty bottles litter the floor of this room. You chuckle to yourself as you imagine the kitchen staff in their wine-tasting sessions. No doubt much revelry has taken place here. Then a cool gust of air from the passage to the north. The wine cellar lies that way, and you can almost hear faint sobbing. Ghosts, no doubt.
Ooh. Alright, well, there's a box to... It's just got a lantern.
Spare lantern.
So that goes back upstairs, yeah. You can also use arrow keys to move around too, if you need to.
Okay.
This place is dark as shit.
Sure is.
Oh, look, a torch. Oh, well.
I snuffed it. Oh.
Good hams.
Delicious hams.
Look at all that
Cheese.
cheese. That is so much fucking cheese.
Give me that cheese.
I would kind of probably eat all of that.
That would
Wait,
be the
wait.
danger in a place like this, yeah.
Wait, go back up.
I'm just gonna
There's
spend...
There's the passage to the right. If you go up a bit more.
Oh, so there is.
Yeah. Because they're still looking for the
night
bread.
eating cheese? I think I'm blind.
64 slices of American cheese. 63. 62. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay.
You're gripped by a long-hidden memory upon entering this part of the cellar. You sealed it away, but in so doing preserved its strength, and now it demands freedom.
And again, that is an amazingly written sentence.
Yes, it is. You can still recall smelling him before you could make out his writhing shape in the dim light of the cellar. Mistress Valeria, open the door! Your father doesn't even notice you in the throes of his intoxicated ramblings. How could they take her? Her chambers were locked from inside. Where is she?
Try to shake some sense into him.
Your father jolts upright, the bloodshot whites of his eyes glaring out of the darkness. We found her, wandering the forest outside the estate. Mistress Valeria.
Help him stand.
Haltingly and leaning heavily on you, your father manages to stand. She was never the same. Whatever happened broke her. It was the girl, you know. The seed was planted in Valeria that night. But how could you know? You were but a babe yourself.
Oh.
You help lead the now sobbing man out of the cellar.
Stop it, Father.
Lord Cato trusted me, and I failed him. But Valeria was the one to pay the price. Mind broken, and that spawn of a child. Your father's voice seethes with fury.
So, of all the things that I expected when playing this game, a child by rape scenario was not what I expected.
Nope.
Jesus. Ugh. Enough.
Don't talk back to me, you bastard. What do you know about honor? As much as your harlot mother. Your father steps away from you unsteadily, tears streaming down his contorted face. Woof.
Shut up, shut up!
Is that the one?
Yeah.
You draw a ragged breath and snap out of the memory, your knuckles white. You're alone in the damp cellar, and don't particularly feel like dwelling there.
Wow, this game is immediately... Like, granted, yes, the fucking opening where we were on a goddamn boat that sank and presumably killed everybody.
That's pretty cliche, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty standard opening to a D&D game.
But now
This
it's
is
like...
not.
Dark.
Yeah, this is much less standard. Okay, well, we've got the brandy, so...
Got the brandy, we got the ham, we got the cheese, we got the bad memories. We're doing
Got it all.
great.
Fantastic.
Let's learn how to make a melted cheese sandwich.
We're about to learn a new recipe in the past that we didn't know in the future.
It's true. I have the ham and cheese.
Perfect. First of all, here's some bread. Now, the cauldron is quite empty and just warm enough for you to use. Remember, you need both the bread, ham, and cheese to make the perfect sandwich. Now, go and give it a try and bring me the result. I shall see if you have it in you.
Okay, but for real though, grilled cheese sandwich with bacon is like fantastic.
Uh-huh. Cheese sandwich.
Versus difficulty 10 to produce. Okay, so we're guaranteed to be able to produce one, but difficulty 10 would give us a chance to produce more than one. Okay.
Craft.
Oh, and we got two.
Oh, we got two. Wow,
Nice.
Damn, we are...
Rocket. It's not gonna last. You know.
No, it is not. But, like, we're throwing away all our luck here at the opening stuff. We're gonna just start dying miserably when the game really starts.
For a few short moments whilst eating a melted cheese sandwich, all is well in the world. Present the sandwich for inspection.
Armin wafts the scent of the grilled sandwich towards his nose. So they needed one more copy editor. Ah, the crust of the bread, the softness of the cheese, the savouriness of the ham. Perfection. You shall indeed never again go hungry in the night.
Alright. Let's go get some brandy to an old man that probably is going to die from drinking too much.
Probably.
Yeah. I have your medicine.
Ah, that's some fine foraging, young whelp. Before you can get a word in, Gideon snatches the bottle, uncorks it, and drinks deeply. The old man, eyes closed in relief, lets out a deep sigh. May your sleep be dreamless, he speaks as if to himself.
May your sleep be dreamless?
Gideon smiles sadly. An old soldier's greeting. Something one mercenary would say to another as a prayer to not dwell on painful memories. The kind that comes with the work. Your father and I... Gideon halts momentarily and looks at you. Your father and I would always part with those words. Now, I've held you long enough. Be on your way.
Alright. Do you want to go check out the maze to the west?
I guess we can do that.
I don't know what could possibly be there.
I don't know either.
I hear Master Cato isn't seeing anyone. Charmed, I'm sure. Charmed, I'm sure. This isn't really a maze.
Maybe we haven't reached the maze yet.
That's a guard. Oh, here's the maze.
You stand before the gate to the hedge maze. It stirs old feelings of both dread and elation. The sounds and smells of the estate grounds as they were long ago call to you from distant memory. You feel you could easily plunge into their depths.
Let yourself go and remember.
So, just as a side note, I started reading the Book of the New Sun. I don't know if you've ever read it, by Gene Wolfe.
I have not.
Okay. I'm sensing some influence. A little bit.
Fair enough.
The main character of the Book of the New Sun has self-described perfect recall and keeps being swept away by his own memories, and this is interestingly similar.
Oh, Lord. Oh, it's a girl. Okay.
Yep.
Which daydream is it this time? Are you valiantly defending me from rebels again?
Embla throws a pine cone at you, snapping you from your reverie. She's 10 years old, and you're a year her senior.
Let's play hide and seek in the maze. I'll hide.
You faintly hear someone yell her name from the distance.
You better run, Star Child. Only my mother ever calls me that, Embla says, frowning. Where did you hear it from?
Before you can reply, she flings another pine cone at you and darts off into the maze.
Give chase!
You hear a man's voice yell Embla's name again, much closer now. Either way, she's lost to you in the winding passages of the hedge maze. Your memory tugs at you, urging you on to the center of the maze.
Interesting. So, Embla going to be an important character.
Apparently.
Now remember, the ultimate way to solve any kind of maze or labyrinth is put your arm
follow
on
the right-hand wall.
Or the left-hand wall. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure you follow one and don't decide to switch halfway through. Because then you'll never get out. I say...
What do you say?
Charmed, I'm sure? I'm quite lost. Charmed, he is not.
No. Okay, yeah.
Nice little pond. Is this the center of the maze? Yep.
You stand at the center of the maze. It feels much less impressive than you remember. The ornamental pond was once an ocean, the rock at its heart a windswept island.
You found me, Daydreamer.
You remember the tone of her voice and can almost see the impish 10-year-old girl wading through the pond.
Why do you always come here? I like the water. It's so calm.
Embla shoots you a mischievous look. You notice the faintest tang of ozone. She makes a slow-motion hop through the water, her fingers trailing the pond's surface. Where water and skin meet, strange colors bleed and spread across the surface.
Embla, you'll get in trouble. Stop it.
Embla moves her fingers across the water's surface like a painter's brush. Colors spill across the pond, and for a sleeping moment, you fancy that you can see cloud-topped mountains. Or was it the ramparts of an impossibly large city reaching toward the heavens? The silence is shattered by a shout, along with the beguiling images. Mistress Embla! The master requests you in the house immediately!
That's my father. Something's wrong. It's Mother. She's ill again. I think I cause it, with what I can do. It poisons her mind. How long until Mother isn't Mother? Or until Father isn't Lord? Or your father isn't Master-at-Arms? How long will any of it last?
Falls apart in the end.
Yeah, let's not be a Debbie Downer here, Jesus. I don't know. No one does. Do you ever feel like everything is a lie? Like there's a veil that covers everything, but in some parts it's thin enough to see through?
Embla starts as your father steps breathily into the enclosed garden. He's red-faced from exertion and anger. Young lady, you can't run off like this. The whole estate is looking for you. Your mother is ill and needs you. Now.
Say nothing.
Your father shoots you a stern glance. I'll deal with you later. Embla says nothing as your father grabs her by the arm and hauls her past you back to the house. She doesn't meet your eyes as you pass. Finding yourself back in the present, a chill has crept into your bones. You best move on.
Alright, so she's a creepy child. Good to know.
And maybe we'll make an appearance at some point?
Sort of. I do know this part.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's the only other thing that we need to do here. We can go talk to Lord Baron now.
Okay. Thumb.
Also, we could probably help that guy out of the maze, but fuck it.
You think so?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, narratively.
Oh, like
just
we
leave that
could.
guy.
Yeah. We could.
Sir, I'm going to exercise my athletic skill on you.
There you are. If your nostalgia is appeased, the master will see you now.
Yes, let's go see Kato.
Very well. If it pleases you, the master is in his office just ahead. And note, once you meet with the master, things may move quickly, and you may not have another chance to walk the grounds.
Yes, I remember the way.
I suppose you do, but I'll escort you nonetheless. A flicker of a smile plays across her face, and she beckons for you to lead the way.
Alright, let's go talk to Kato.
The opulence has faded, the shadows longer. Clearly much has changed since the last time you were here.
Try to remember how long it's been. I actually didn't think about that one.
It's been years, perhaps decades since you were here. Not since your father was the house arms master. Not since... You must have your wits about you, and perhaps now is not the time to dwell on painful memories?
Do we want to know more, or do we kind of have the gist of it?
I mean, I'm
Go for it.
curious. Not since your father's exile. You were no more than 12 when you were driven from the household. Hard were the years that followed. The mercenary life is bloody and unforgiving. Those years stole your childhood, and eventually they took your father too. Oh man, so if we'd picked Noble, this could have been totally different.
Entirely possible, yeah.
Wow. But your father had always insisted to his dying breath that his failure had been his own, that he had gotten the fate he deserved. The memories are painful nonetheless.
Be on your way.
Flanking the doorway are 2 marble statues. The craftsmanship is stunning, but the sight of the 2 women depicted fills you with sadness.
Examine them.
One you recognize immediately, Valeria Barron, the mistress of the house. You remember her as a grey ghost, absent and unwell. The other statue depicts the girl you once knew so well, Embla Barron, daughter of the house, and now a woman grown, strong and clear-eyed. Her likeness has none of her mother's cowed timidness.
How fares Embla?
Lyra's eyes flicker ever so slightly. We should hasten to Master Baron. He's long been impatient to see you.
But what of Mistress Valeria?
The mistress is vacationing in the countryside, Lyra answers curtly.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had to take your dog to a farm upstate.
Yep.
Did I say dog? I meant mom. Jeez. Jesus. This game is dark.
By accidentally, I meant repeatedly. And
Ugh.
by dog, I meant... Cato Baron sits tall in a tasteful but modest reception room. He looks less imposing than you remember, and with a few more crow's feet. Nonetheless, he's lost none of his composure or air of casual authority. You take a seat across a formidable desk from him. The study, like the rest of the villa, is half-lit, giving a morose cast to its opulence. The older man's face creases into a tired but genuine smile, which momentarily lifts some of the room's oppressive mood. It's a mercy to see you again, your own man and in your prime, Cato says, before a frown consumes his smile. It's just a shame our reunion is overshadowed by the fates of those we love, but perhaps together we can yet improve our collective circumstances.
So you know my father is dead.
Cato leans forward, hands clasped beneath his chin. I shan't deny it, I was saddened to hear of his passing. Despite everything, I remember him fondly.
No need to dwell on the past.
Cato is caught off guard for a moment before letting out a deep breath. Then the years have bestowed you with wisdom. I am glad, for it has forsaken the house of Baron.
Why have you called me here?
Embla is missing. Cato's voice quivers momentarily, betraying his stoic features. Now, I beg of you, Selrin, help me find my daughter. Help her return home, where she belongs.
What's happened to her?
She left without notice a week ago. From the scant clues we had, we believed she boarded a shipboard bound for one of the outer isles, Idra. She went of her own free will. At the time, I thought little of it. Cato begins to glower. Since then, however, there have been reports. Grave ones.
Reports?
No one, and no word, has left Idra in days. Rumor has it, even the Imperial augurs are in the dark. I know not how this touches the fate of my daughter, but she must be returned to me, one way or another.
Any idea why she left?
Something has been building in her for years, an aptitude of sorts, but I suspect you already knew. In any case, it's grown much stronger lately, and drives her in ways I cannot understand. I suspect she is looking for answers.
But why Idra?
Why indeed? There is little on the island save the port of Horin. If Idra was her destination, she must have landed there.
Horin?
Yes, an old imperial port and home to a few hundred whalers, traders, and the occasional smuggler. We can only speculate as to what drew her there, but it's our only lead.
You mentioned her aptitude.
An aptitude of the worst kind. It does not spring from the canonical imperial praxis. Instead, it comes from elsewhere. It is the kind the Empire does not suffer to exist. I hope it's only answers that she seeks.
Oh god, this game is Cthulhu!
It definitely is, yes. 100%. This is
Ugh.
Lovecraftian dark fantasy. And I am in love. I am in love.
I see. What can I do?
Hire mercenaries, travel to Idra, and begin your search in the port of Horin. From there, I trust you to do what needs to be done. Spare no cost. Just bring me back my daughter.
Mercenaries?
Yes, if nothing else, the port will be dangerous enough. That is why I have summoned a Roland Greyeye to me, a crude but effective sellsword that I've made good use of before. He shall accompany you on this task.
Roland Greyeye?
The man is a grizzled veteran. He may have slowed with age, but his experience and reliability more than make up for it. He's also much respected by similar men, and so will be instrumental in hiring a reliable crew.
I'll take it into consideration.
Cato shows you his upturned palms, beseeching. I know this thing I ask of you is fraught with danger, but this is your chance at improving your fortune, materially and in honor. What say you?
So we could accept for friendship, accept for ourselves, money, or fuck you, buddy.
Yep.
I feel like number one.
I'm a sucker for friendship, yeah.
I accept, for Embla's sake.
Cato smiles softly, visibly relieved, and for a moment he looks like the man you remember. Have you any final questions or matters to discuss? Time is, as I'm sure you appreciate, of the essence.
Let's just get on with it.
Cato stands with poorly concealed effort. And, Selrin, you stand and meet his gaze. Return her to me. There is no other outcome of this affair.
I don't feel like promising. I mean, we don't know enough about what's going on.
Remain silent and leave?
Yeah. Chapter 1. Alright, next time on Character Select. We have not yet died, but it's not going well. Oh god, look at our fucking portrait.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And Kylen. We have seen better days that were not covered in blood.
This is a great opening, honestly. I mean, you know, I'm a little iffy on the 2 weeks earlier device. You know, I feel like we should start our stories where they begin. But in this case, I'll make an exception.
I mean, it gets you into the action. It gets you through the tutorial.
It does.
And then it lets you define the story. I like it. It's really good.